What's going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new episode of Profiling Passionate People. I'm your host, Solomon Ledvinka, and today we got week 2 preview of the NFL schedule, and I got a familiar face here. He was my diehard Seahawks fan, Mr. Jonathan Van Huss, coming to us from Texas again, and that beautiful man cave, and we're just so privileged and happy to have you on. And it looks like the other side of the man cave, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So how's Texas life? It's been a couple weeks since we talked with each other. How you doing?
Pretty nice down here, man. We're enjoying it. Cowboys lost.
And as we were just talking, obviously my Titans, they couldn't hold up the deal. I know that you were rooting for us this last weekend, and because obviously we played the Cardinals, and I don't even think we even showed up, but you guys did your thing. Took care of the Colts, and very appreciative of that. But here we are, 0-1. We're in week 2, and I just remember when we were talking last that I knew that I had to bring you on. My team going into the Nest this weekend against your team, and we'll get into that in a second. But talk to me. I mean, how good did your team look on Sunday?
I thought they looked really good, man. At first, that first drive, we had an opportunity to go 3 and out right on the first after the kickoff, and let it kind of slip through our hands. And I got a little discouraged because it kind of looked a lot like last year, where it was bend, and we're like, and then they would finally break and just let them. And they did. They marched down the field, held them to a field goal, and then after that, our defense, especially the line, which was the one of the things the line really showed up and showed their depth, which is going to be fun. A lot of people we don't know that we're going to get to see play a lot.
Yeah, and I like the misfits that come out of nowhere and just make an automatic impact in a game like that. And yeah, your guys' defense came up and they stopped, a really good high-flying offense in Indianapolis with the Colts. And it was good to see you guys take care of our team. Obviously, we couldn't reciprocate, but those Cardinals there. Honestly, I mean, you look at the blueprint for us against you guys. Just stack the line against our dang near $100 million left tackle that ain't going to do nothing. And, you guys got a free shot at the quarterback, all of 5 times Chandler Jones did his thing. So,
man.
But
I told you the last time we talked, though, that NFC West is the division, man. And everybody in that division went 1-0 this week. They all won. They all won convincingly. It wasn't did they even know? They all handled their business. And just speaks to the testament, and that's what I'm worried about, man. I'm worried about our division. I feel like we'll handle teams outside because we have a good coach, we have a good quarterback, and we have good skill players. So I feel like we'll do all right outside the division. It's our division, and last year, the year before that, those teams had high draft picks, and they have been getting better and better and better, working their butts off in free agency.
Yeah,
we get to see. We get to see pretty soon how our tools match up against each other. But I'm looking forward to this ground game that we're going to have to go against this week. I want to see it. I want to see our defense against a proven guy, Derrick Henry. See how they do.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, I remember hearing the commentary talking about how do you bring down Derrick Henry, and it just seemed like the little ankle-biting tackles is what stopped him. And when you clip somebody's ankles, I mean, you obviously played receiver. You know that once you get your ankles kind of clipped, you're going to the ground. There's no stopping it. And, like you said, the acquisition of J.J. Watt for the Cardinals, obviously he was licking his chops knowing that he gets to go against the AFC South, who he's had so much experience in. And then Chandler Jones, fighting for that contract. And that's just a bad man in general. But the return, you can't see me too. But five times, I know. So you bring back Nick Bosa, who's just an absolute specimen with the Niners, and he had a few quarterback pressures. I had that game. Literally, I had the Titans game. I had you guys on the iPad, and I had the Niners and the Lions game on my cell phone. So I was taking it all in, scouting out whatever I could. But yeah, you guys, if we don't get things together, I see you guys giving us a good little butt licking. But I mean, the Rams just right out of the gate, Matthew Stafford showed why he's the elite quarterback of why they went out and got him. And again, this NFC West, I still see you guys taking it. To be honest, I had it, Titans and Seahawks in the Super Bowl. And again, I hate getting myself excited because in that first quarter, I was, it hurt watching. So, but obviously good things with you guys that came out of that game. Any other teams or games that really caught your attention?
That Baltimore Raider game on Monday night.
Oh my God. I mean, if we can just watch games like that, and I mean, honestly, this upcoming weekend, we'll talk about them in a second, but the Chiefs and Ravens game for Sunday Night Football, oh my God, we want explosives and fireworks. That's going to be it right there. But yeah, that was a great game to watch.
I think defenses have figured out Lamar Jackson a little bit. As far as running goes, good luck stopping him if he runs.
Yeah.
But just cover the intermediate throws, and he eventually either makes a mistake or they'll go 3 and out or they'll end up. It's just I want to see him improve more in his throwing, man. If he could get his arm to match his legs, they would be Super Bowl bound.
Yeah, and the fact that they were on running backs 4, 5, and 6, and they were still leading the game. Lamar was doing his thing, but it takes the one little finger to knock the football out. And when you're this dual-threaded quarterback, securing the ball isn't the biggest thing when you're running. And so I think what they're preaching this week is, 2 hands on the ball, running downhill with your shoulder if you were to take a nice little hit like that to get those extra yards. But it's just all ball security. And I was just really surprised with how the Raiders came out. Shout out to Marcus Mariota, got the whole crowd up on their feet, not Derek. But
that was a big run, man. That was a big run.
It got the game started, and I think he was actually the leading rusher off of that one play. But the fact that these crowds are back in the stadiums and they can feed off of that energy, and the players can feed off of that, it made for a great opening week of football. Starting off with the Cowboys and the Bucks going right down to the wire, to the Raiders and the Ravens going right down to the wire. This is what we love to see, and my friend, football is back.
It's back. It's back. It came back with the fury, too. That was a lot of good games this week. A lot of good games.
Yeah. Bengals.
The Saints beating the Packers the way they did.
Yeah. Insane. I remember, what's his name? Fields off of ESPN. He was just like, if I was to tell you that in the Packers and the Saints game, one quarterback will throw 5 touchdowns and the other one will be held to 2 interceptions and, blah, 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 blah. Never will we have thought it would be Jameis Winston with the 5 touchdowns and Aaron Rodgers looking like an absolute dud. So, you can't sleep on the Bengals. They walked off with a game-winning field goal. Obviously, your Seahawks, they came ready to play. And who I was very surprised, 95-year-old Ben Roethlisberger got it done in Buffalo. So, yeah, I didn't see that one happening.
Now, here's the question. Last year, they went pretty deep before they lost the game. But when they lost the game, the wheels fell off, the wagon top fell off, all the stuff on the wagon fell off. So it was a train wreck.
Yeah. And honestly, I mean, we didn't even see how good these Steelers can be. The Steelers defense came to play. Ben Roethlisberger, yeah, he had some good throws, for his elbow situation, but Najee Harris didn't even get going. Chase Claypool only had a play or 2. Juju was almost a non-factor. It's just these hard slobber knocker games. It comes down to the wire, and the Bills just fell off. The wheel wagons fell off the Bills.
Wagons fell, yep.
Yeah. So, if we can have, just as good of an exciting weekend that we did with week 1 coming into week 2, and there's a lot of good marquee matchups that we can circle and talk about. But, we start with Washington and New York Giants. I really don't think that's going to be, a big fireworks show, but, it could be a good game. But the team that you guys just beat, I'm really interested in seeing the Colts going 0-2 as they got the Rams.
That's a big, tall order.
Yeah.
It's like whoever made the scheduling has something out for the Colts to schedule on the NFC West the first 2 games of the season. Somebody doesn't like Carson Wentz. I'm not gonna say who, but it's probably somebody from Philadelphia. I'm willing to bet.
Or us as well. I mean, we had the Cardinals week 1, we got you guys week 2, so it don't get easy. It don't get easy at all.
The Rams, see, though, NFC West, I was going to say a while ago, the NFC West, every team has a guy on that defensive line that you know their name. They're a marquee player. Chandler Jones is in Arizona, Bosa's in San Francisco, Aaron Donald's in Los Angeles. The Seahawks have, Carlos Dunlap, but before that trade and after that trade, we haven't really added a name yet. So these guys are making names for themselves this year. And it's exciting to watch, man, to see Darrell Taylor blaze off the end the way he did and get him Mayoa coming out there and playing the way he did. It's just fun to see these new guys coming out, man. I'm excited to see the Seahawks and the Titans game. That's a big game. I thought it was going to be bigger because I honestly thought y'all were going to beat the Cardinals. I really did. So I thought it was going to be a big game.
Yeah, like I said, we just didn't show up, and Vrabel took it to the press conference and really laid it into our guys like, all right, well, we just got a taste. And, the thing is, like I was talking about on the Titans podcast that I just did on Tuesday, is the fact that it's only week 1. We don't need to hit the panic button automatically. But at the same time, when you are playing NFC West back to back, and that Aaron Donald dude, I don't know if I've heard his name enough. So, Aaron Donald, he's just an absolute beast, but we're going to be playing him upcoming as well. So it's just these marquee circling games on this schedule. You got to start coming to play. And I get it, it's only week 2. Should we go 0-2? Because I do see you guys winning this game. A nice colleague of mine has it 38-10 in favor of the Seahawks. And, honestly, it could get that lopsided. I never thought in my wildest dream that the Arizona Cardinals were going to beat us that badly, but we clearly showed that with the non-proper off season, Tannehill getting COVID, Derek not getting any preseason snaps, Julio, I still have high expectations, as does everybody, because he has a lot in the tank. But when you make mental mistakes and get your team into bad situations, it's like it's a recipe for disaster. And the fact that seeing Nissan Stadium that packed, really ever, because Nissan Stadium, it's always filled with, if it was a Hawks game that we were hosting, there'd be more Hawks fans than there would be Titans fans. Absolutely.
But y'all have legitimate chances. That's the thing now. It's been a while since y'all had a legitimate shot, and y'all are a legitimate contender. So it's about time people started kind of showing up.
Yeah.
You're going to also have the bandwagoners too that'll show up.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I took it on Facebook, because I'm in a Facebook Titans group, and they're like, okay, all you bandwagoners are starting to panic and go into a different team now. So it's like, you got to have, week 1, it's you got to have faith, but, just seeing that, my fantasy did quite well, because I told you I'm taking my boy Tyler Lockett, and he did great things for me. But that moon ball is back and better than ever. I missed that all season, but these corners, they're young and they bite on a lot of different things. And if you allow Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, not DJ Moore, but number 83 Moore, to get into the further part of the secondary, it's going to make for an absolute great offensive day for Russell Wilson. And I got Russell Wilson in my fantasy because I still think he's going to be the MVP this season.
Well, it's about time.
Yeah.
It also is on him too. He had a good first 5 games last season.
Yeah.
And then just fell off. Buffalo was a train wreck.
Yeah.
He threw 2 interceptions, 3 interceptions, something like that in Buffalo.
Yeah.
So it was a wash, man. And after that, when you had Aaron Rodgers playing peak Aaron Rodgers last year, so once you fell back like that, it's going to be hard to catch up. He deserves a vote. He deserves some type of consideration. The man is Mr. Reliable. He ain't missed a game his whole career. He's won. He's had a winning season every damn season he's been in the league. So it's like,
and and he's doing it with a defense that's filled with misfits that are now their names are being brought to light. He's always worked around a good offense, but obviously the offensive line, it struggles in certain areas. But for the most part, he was pretty clean in the pocket against the Colts. So, Russ, again, he hasn't played the NFC West yet, with all that three-headed monster, you can even say four-headed monster with JJ Watt in the division now. But, Russ has the time to do what he's doing. He's orchestrating. And like I said, a lot of people got you guys only going maybe 10 wins. I see you guys going to the Super Bowl, if not the NFC Championship game. So
we can go to the Super Bowl with 10 wins.
And absolutely. Absolutely, because they've shown that they can get it done and get deep in the playoffs just with 10 wins. And we saw that a couple of years ago. So, obviously, like I said, it pains me to say it, and I got to be in a close game, but I know that it may not. But I got Seahawks over my Titans 24-20. What you got?
I got Seattle probably scoring a little more than that, 33-16.
33-16. Okay, fair enough.
Our defense is improved quite a bit.
Yeah.
I see Trey Flowers a lot on the TV, which isn't a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd like to see he has improved, but it's just not there. You know what I mean? It's not there yet. And that's where they usually go. That's where the Colts went, was right after him.
Yeah.
So it's like I said the last time, we don't have a number one back there really yet.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, and other than Pascal getting that open touchdown, for the most part, that defensive secondary held Carson Wentz to what was it? I think like 16 points or whatever it was, that final score. So, again, we got all the weapons to get it done. It's just we're being the typical Titanic Titans, and that's why it's so hard to get excited for my freaking team when we perform like that.
But you're also playing, like I say, you're playing one of the toughest divisions.
Absolutely.
Arizona is a good team. They're a good team.
Yeah, and honestly, the NFC West was the only division to go 1-0, the perfect division that won all their games clean slate, other than the NFC North. All four of them lost their games, so it's a four-way tie over in the NFC North with the Vikings ahead. So just because of point situation. But okay, we talked about the Rams and Colts. I see that being kind of a closer game. I think the Colts get their feet back under them, but I still got the Rams taking it. I know you don't want the Rams to win anytime, but I got the Rams winning 27-24. What you think?
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if the Colts even score that much. You got to think they've got Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
We don't have that secondary, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't even know if they score that much. It might be more like 10 points. Actually, on my Pick'em League, I have them scoring the least amount of points this week, and I have the Rams scoring the most amount of points this week. And I think I've got it like at 35-3 or something like that is what the score.
Wow.
Got it a blowout.
Honestly, I'll be happy with the Colts losing. Of course, I'll take it.
I don't want the Rams to win, but I'm not stupid. You know, I watch football.
Yeah, of course. And like I said, I got you guys winning, but it's just crazy to think that the Houston Texans are the number one team in the AFC South right now. So no Deshaun Watson. Taylor. Yeah, no Deshaun Watson, no Nuke Hopkins, no JJ Watt, a brand new quarterback, and yet the Houston Texans are on top of the AFC South.
Why are they holding on to him, man? Just let
They got to find some trade bait. So
anything at this point would be better than what.
Honestly, he's just warming up that bench over there. But I think my surprising team that won this weekend, and I'm not surprised that they actually won, but how well they did, Philadelphia Eagles. And the reason why I say that, Atlanta was kind of a layup game. They're still getting used to all their new weapons. They couldn't get it going, but just seeing what can Devontae Smith bring to this actual Eagles offense? They got him in there early. He had, I think, 6 catches. He got the touchdown. The same corner that he caught the game-winning touchdown when he was with Bama. But you got the Niners with Jimmy G and a little bit of Trey Lance, and going against the Eagles. And I do have the Niners winning this one, but I still have this as an asterisk because could be my upset of the week. So I have it 27-20 Niners, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles can slip out of there with a win.
I believe in Jalen Hurts.
Absolutely.
I think he's kind of like Kyler Murray. They're kind of the same guy.
Yeah.
He's a little bit better with the ball, I think, on the shorter passes, but Yeah, the Eagles, their surprise is a pretty good word. I didn't think they were going to be as good as they were,
Yeah.
but I also didn't think Atlanta was going to be as bad as they were. I was kind of
Yeah.
like, I mean, I get that they have a lot of new stuff and they really don't have a running back,
Yeah.
but it's like I still thought Matt Ryan would dish the ball out a little bit better. It just, I listened to the mic'd up stuff today, and he's got this thing he kept saying to his guys: stay the course, stay the course, stay the course. Well, you're down.
Yeah. Honestly.
You don't
Yeah.
need to stay the course. You need to light a fire and get it going. You know what I mean? Raise the sails. You know what I mean? Turn the wheel.
And it is going to go to show. I mean, will Kyle Pitts be a household name here in the future? Could he be a Travis Kelce? Could he be a Kittle or a Waller? It's to be determined. But, he didn't show up he didn't show up at all. And it comes from the quarterback play. And so, the Eagles, I feel that this is going to be their test. Yes, it's only going to be week 2. And should they lose this one? But I think that this could be their defining moment of, okay, this could be the team that could take the East. Washington, they lost close game to the Chargers, but with their quarterback play, it's to be determined. Cowboys looked absolutely great against the Buccaneers, but breaking news: DeMarcus Lawrence just went down with, I think, like a broken foot or broken leg, something like that. So he's going to be out a significant amount of time. And we saw how many quarterback pressures he had on Tom Brady, and just his presence alone. You love and you root for a DeMarcus Lawrence, but it's still to be determined of what kind of Dallas Cowboys team is going to make it. But like I said, Philly, I think, is my sleeper this weekend, and I think they can really pull off an upset and be a statement in the NFC.
Philly's going to they're going to give San Francisco a run. And here's my thing with this.
Yeah.
San Francisco drafted Trey Lance, who's kind of a mobile guy. He can move around a little bit,
Yeah.
And they face off against Kyler Murray, and they face off against Jalen Hurts and Russell Wilson. They're going to have Russell Wilson figured out with the whole running around and passing the ball by the time they get to us. Yeah. I don't want them to get enough practice on running quarterbacks that can throw the ball before they get to us. So I hope Philadelphia really pours it on them and keeps that defense just exhausted the whole game. Yeah. I really hope he runs around. Hope Jalen Hurts just runs their legs off of them.
Yeah, and the hidden weapons within the Eagles offense. You got Jalen Hurts, you got Miles Sanders, who's a nice speedster, Devontae Smith, Rager, the dual-threaded tight ends with Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. So there's a lot to like about this Philly offense, and it's a lot of the new dual-threaded quarterbacks in a Jalen Hurts, and has a lot of similar concepts, so like a Lamar or like a Kyler Murray kind of aspect. But I love Jalen Hurts' arm as well as his legs. So it's going to be a good game. But realistically, pen and paper, should they not be able to upset, I still have it being at least a touchdown margin. So I'm going to give it to the Niners 27-20, but mark my word, if there is an upset this weekend, it would be that one. How do you see it?
31-28. Okay. I think all these games are high scoring now.
I hope so.
Kind of slowed, especially in Philadelphia. Yeah. Like they used to be, you had Brian Dawkins and you had some guys that were back there that were bad guys, you know what I mean? And now it's
dogs.
It's a little more pass happy. So people are allowed to do a little more. But I do think San Francisco is going to end up pulling it out.
For sure.
They'll end up beating them. But it's going to be for both teams, it'll be a good test.
Yeah.
And I feel like Philadelphia is going to get a lot out of this game to take back to their division opponents too.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're my sleeper for the East, Philadelphia.
Yeah, as is mine. So it's going to be good to see. It's going to be a good, hard-fought game, and I think 3 or 7 point spread. I think that's what's going to determine it. The Raiders were a big surprise this weekend. They pulled it off with the home win. They do have the Steelers this weekend, who I didn't think were really going to give any time of day to, but that defense with a newly re-signed TJ Watt, you can't sleep on them. Devin Bush in the middle, and Joe Hayden still looked absolutely great. Minka Fitzpatrick.
Didn't they trade for Schobert from Jackson?
Yeah, and Joe Schobert. So I forgot all about that. And here they go, and they shut down the potential front runner of winning the MVP and just made him look like a noob. So
Yeah.
the Raiders, I don't see them staying in this game. I think this walk-off win against the Ravens was good for them. It was good for the city, but yeah, I think they got a little too big-headed. I see it 31-20 in favor of the Steelers. Steelers go 2-0. How do you see it?
I like that score. That's a good score.
Yeah,
that's about right too. It's not the defense and the special teams. They had that punt block score that put them up. Pittsburgh is always somebody to deal with, always. Yep. But like I say, come later in the year, Father Time tends to creep up on Ben Roethlisberger. You know,
his 95-year-old self.
Wheels are still dragging on that wagon.
Yeah, and the fact that they can win on all three levels of the game, so it's going to be exciting. But yeah, 31-20 over the Raiders. What you got?
Who's the backup there now? Dwayne Haskins, right?
Haskins, but I believe he was healthy and active, so I believe it's Dobbs out of Tennessee, so former Volunteer. All right, and our marquee matchup, what everyone is circling, we got Chiefs and the Ravens, Sunday Night Football. No better place to be. This could be the potential AFC Championship game right here, or at least a playoff game implication right here. It's going to be high scoring. Of course, I would love, another 51-48, Titan type of thing, but I got a little bit closer, or a little bit lower. I got a 34-31 in favor of the Chiefs. Chiefs just look absolutely great. That crowd noise just absolutely fueled Patrick Mahomes, but they did have that flaw with the punter dropping that snap. So who knows how that game could have ended if it was a clean, snap, catch, and punt. But the Chiefs looked great. Kelsey looked great. Mahomes with Tyreek Hill looked absolutely great. Lamar, if he can keep the turnovers under control with his 4th, 5th, and 6th running back, it clearly showed that he can get it done. Clearly still on his feet. This defense is there to play, even without Marcus Peters. Marlon Humphrey came to play. And this Ravens defense, we can't sleep on that as well. But I see it being a great game, another firework type of game. But let me hear it.
I got 30-17, the Chiefs beating the Ravens.
Oh, okay.
Here's why. Yeah. They get Tyrann Mathieu back for this game. Ooh. They didn't have him this last week. So, and he's a Badger. They get him back this week. I think their defense is underrated. They got some good ends, and they got some good linebackers in that secondary. I mean, their secondary has already been proven. But it'll be NFL streets. You know how it is. It's one guy's running off the wall on one team, and the other guy's just chunking it across the yard to his buddy. That play that he threw to Tyreek Hill, where the defender's not looking at Patrick Mahomes, he's looking at Tyreek Hill. Yeah. So Tyreek keeps acting like he's running to the sideline and then stops and just turns and comes right back just a few steps, and that guy's like, what? When he turns around to look for the ball, he's gone back this way to catch it. Yep. That's all. They're just playing backyard football right there. That's all they're doing. And they're good at it. They're good at it together. Them two together. And then Kelsey's gotten involved with it. It's going to be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, we saw enough backyard football as a Titan fan watching all the Kyler Murray just did. So I'm tired of that backyard football. But yeah, you and I, we know as receivers, if you can get the corner's head turn, you can just zigzag, and next thing you know, you're just leaving them on skates. Right. I saw a video of Jamar Chase being covered by lockdown corner Patrick Peterson, and Jamar Chase is doing a little 2 route. But as he's sticking it this side, Patrick Peterson's got his head going this way and running to the sideline. Jamar is just wide open, like probably 10 yards away from him. I'll send you that link. But yeah, just Tyreek Hill doing his thing and zipping and zapping, and it can open up that secondary really easily, and Patrick Mahomes can have a field day. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I think Chiefs are definitely going to score well over 30, and Tyrann Mathieu coming back, he's definitely the honey badger for a reason, and can pounce on these plays and make those crucial tackles when needed to. So it's going to be exciting. And I know you and I will be chatting it up on Sunday with our teams. And I'm just this whole slate of football, it's going to be another week of fireworks.
It's been a great week 1, and it looks like it's going to be a great week 2. There's a lot of good games going on. The new guys that are in the league, the rookies, the sophomores, even the 3-year guys are really starting to show out and make names for themselves.
Yeah.
And it's fun to watch. It's really fun to watch in Seattle because they really find diamonds in the rough all the time. And I'm just looking forward to Jordan Brooks actually flexing that run stopping muscle he's got this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good game regardless. Like I said, I still got you guys winning. So, it is what it is. But, Jonathan, I always appreciate you joining us from your home in Texas with that Seahawks ambiance vibe that you got going on. I know we're going to be seeing you in the near future as we keep chatting this up. But that's your week 2 recap. That's Jonathan. I'm Solomon. You guys stay passionate and catch us for next week of week 3. Enjoy your scores. Enjoy your football this weekend.
Go Hawks.